الله والله والله والله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر الخالق البارئ المصور الغفار القهار الوهاب الرزاق الفتاح العليم القابض الباسط الخافض الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير الحكم العدل اللطيف الخبير الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور العلي الكبير الحفيظ المقيت الحسيب الجليل الكريم الرقيب المجيب الواسع الحكيم الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد الحق الوكيل القوي المتين الولي الحميد المحصي المبدئ المعيد المحيي المميت الحي القيوم الواجد الماجد الواحد الأحد الصمد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الظاهر الباطن الوالي المتعالي البر التواب المنتقم العفو الرؤوف مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام المقسط الجامع الغني المغني المانع الضار النافع النور الهادي البديع الباقي الوارث الرشيد الصبور.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Amin. So today, inshallah, we will be talking about Al-Basit, but I will be closely relating it to with Al-Qabil, which are both antonyms to each other. Al-Qabil is the one who takes, the withholder, and Al-Basit is the one who extends. Like Abdul Basit, we see him extending his voice. So these adjectives or names for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can't see them in the Quran. Al-Qabid, it does not come in the Quran directly, but if you see Al-Basit, it comes in different forms. Like in Surah Kahf, وَتَحْسَبُهُمْ أَيْقَاظًا وَهُمْ رُقُودٌ وَنُقَلِّبُهُمْ ذَاتَ الْيَمِينِ وَذَاتَ الشِّمَالِ وَكَلْبُهُمْ بَاسِطٌ ذِرَاعَيْهِ بِالْوَصِيدِ. So Al-Basit, in this case, it means that the dog is extending his legs. And another example is like in Surah in Surah Ra'd, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Illa kabasit." So in this case, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the one who stretches his hand towards the water. So in all these cases, we can see that Al-Basit is the one who extends or gives more. So Al-Basit comes from the root ba sin ta, which refers to an attribute of expanding, growing. So it means to extend, grant abundance, to provide a lot, to widen, to make space, to make bigger. So the term Al-Basit is used for like a powerful, majestic sense for infusing a gift, and that will grow and flourish and will become in great abundance. So linguistically, Al-Qabil means to decrease, and the second name Al-Basit refers to increase. So these two actions embrace everything that's in existence. And these also describe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreases something, that means he withholds it. He's qabda, he's withholding it. And when he increases something, which means that he extends something or makes it bigger, He is Basata. He's extending it. So these two names are usually mentioned together because they are opposite meanings of each other. So now that we know how important these two names are, we should know how we can live by this name. Number one is that we should look outside. We should look at nature. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can withhold the clouds from spilling water or giving rain. For some people in some areas, there's not that much rain and it becomes almost like a desert. But in some areas, there's so much rain that it becomes that the place becomes flooded. So in some areas are light rain, some areas are heavier rain, some areas don't get it at all, and so on and so forth. So this means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can he's al-Qabid, he can withhold the rain, he can stop it, and he can also be al-Basit when he's giving a lot of it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says in the Quran that he withdraws the sunlight, he withdraws it and then gives it back again. And so we should always reflect on these types of qabd and bast every single time we see it. We can see this anytime. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he can become al-basit when he's giving life to a person, but he can also be al-qabid when he's taking the life of someone. So we should always, and that brings us to our next point, which is to reflect on life and death. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, al-qabid and al-basit, gives life to us and takes away the souls. He also takes it. So how we always go to sleep, we would always read some type of prayer, some type of dua. When we sleep, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands the angels to take the soul out. For some of the souls, they may not wake up. That's because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is holding their soul. But for others, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given these type of people another chance to live and glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they wake up. That is why it is always very important to remember to do the nighttime prayers. And the last one is that remember the day of resurrection. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives an example about his power of al-Qabil. So he says that the whole earth will be within his grasp. The whole heavens will be rolled up under his right hand, and that he is far exalted and he is glorified, is he. So, Jazakallahu khairan, this was the end of Al-Basit. Now, Abdullah can continue on with Surah Insan.
Allahu, Allahu, Allahu.